HCAM News is supported by our viewers and by Hopkins Drug, located in this historic New England town since 1954. They are a multifaceted store dedicated to providing clients with an array of healthcare options.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's edition of HCAM News. I'm HCAM News Director Tom Nappy, here to fill you in with what's happening in Hopkinton. On today's edition of HCAM News, Jah Spirit jams at the town common, and the Hopkins School Chess Team takes home a state championship. But first, a special town meeting will take place on August 18th to vote on funding further expansion at Marathon School. Here's more.
Hi, my name is Nancy Kavanaugh, and I'm the chair of the Hopkins School Committee, and I want to thank HCAM for inviting me down here today to go over our Monday evening meeting actions taken. We started the meeting with a presentation on our 3-year special education plan. It was a very detailed report, and I would encourage people who are interested in learning more to go back and watch the HCAM recording of Monday's meeting. We also voted to accept a correction in the bid for the Marathon School Edition, which is, of course, pending funding at special town meeting on August 18th at our special town meeting. And this was actually just a vote to correct a typographical error that had been in our packet from when we took the vote at the meeting prior to that. We also had a first discussion on the district financial assistance for school fees plan, and we are looking at potentially changing the threshold to allow families who might be struggling to access it at a greater rate. So I expect at our next meeting on August 22nd that we will have some action on that item. We also went over a first discussion of the superintendent's goals. This was in draft form, although it was very detailed. And again, if you're looking for more information, you can go back and look at the recording from Monday, but that will be coming back at least one future meeting as well. So that's a recap of our meeting. Thank you all for tuning in, and I hope that you will all be able to attend special town meeting on August 18th when we will be voting on the funding for the addition of Marathon School. And then tune in again at our next meeting, which is here on August 22nd. Thank you all and have a good day.
The school committee discussed Marathon Elementary School renovations.
Special town meeting. I will just walk you quickly through the timeline. You remember that the Marathon School opened in August of 2018. Since that time, the Family Resource Center has become a special education room. The professional learning community room is now used for ESOL instruction and some adult work. The health room is part of the preschool. The art room is a first grade classroom. We have small group instruction taking place in the hallways, and even the small library classroom within the library space is being used for something else now. So while all of this was happening, we realized we were going to need the 4 classroom addition, and so in May of 2021, annual town meeting appropriated for us $3,625,000, and then we realized in May of 2022 we probably had to go back to the well, and annual town meeting again was gracious enough to appropriate $695,900, and that brought us to a total of $320,900, and then we got our bids, and Mill City was the lowest bidder, and this bid covers only construction, and their bid was $3,992,152. So at that point we realized that our project total was $5,170,900, and we had a shortfall of $850,000. And so we went to the select board just last week on July 12th, and we requested a special town meeting, and they voted to approve our request.
School Superintendent Dr. Carol Kavanaugh discussed how the amount of kids surpassed the expected amount.
Back in 2015, the enrollment certification for Marathon was 355 students, and that was for the K and 1 kids. And so partway through that construction project, they were able to increase the certification to 395 students for K and 1. And we thought that that was pretty marvelous. We thought, this is really great. We're going to, have the capacity for more students. So only a few short years later, this year, and from the slide that we showed earlier tonight, we have 275 kindergarten students coming in and 293, and those are our numbers today on July 21st, which is a total of 568 kids, well beyond the number 395 that was sort of the proposed capacity at the time. The other thing, when they were building that school, is we had 58 preschool students, and so if you round up to about 60, that's sort of where we were, and today we're at 95 kids. So you can really just see how many more kids we have in the Marathon Elementary School in a very, very short period of time. So we've gone from 395 capacity to 568, and 58 preschool kids to 95. All right, and I will ask Mrs. Rothermick to explain the increase in construction costs.
We started at a cost estimate construction of $2,720,000, which was about $388 a square foot. When we put together the first piece of design, the schematic design, and looked at the estimates, it came in at $3,115,000. So you can see that our costs started to go up as we continued to design the building.
An additional $850,000 is now needed for the expansion, and that is expected to be voted on at the special town meeting on August 18th.
So those additional costs of $605,000 would then be added on to the $850,000. So waiting until spring would have us at a $1.4 million request of increased funding. And again, time-wise, for having this for students for Marathon goes way out.
Yeah.
So it's a two-pronged issue. You're asking, it would be a big increase in cost.
Right.
The Hopkins School Chess Team took home a state championship. HCAM's Jim Cousins has more.
The Hopkins School Chess Team, for the first time, won the Massachusetts Chess Association's Hurwitz Cup State Scholastic Team Championship. I stopped by their celebration to learn all about it.
How old were you when you started playing the game of chess?
I was 5 years old. My best friend for my birthday gifted me a chessboard, and for the next 1 month I didn't even open it. And then my dad one day just said, "Hey, do you want to play chess? I'll teach you." And then I said, "Yeah, sure." And then I fell in love with it. I used to live in an apartment, so my dad, he joined me in this chess class there. So since then I've been practicing learning chess, and I got here.
I saw all my friends playing chess, so I kind of wanted to play too, and that kind of got me interested. And then when I started seeing the videos, I got really interested, and it was actually fun.
At Hopkins School, we have a lot of chess lovers. It goes back a few years. We started having chess after school as an extracurricular activity. A lot of students pursue it on their own, but it is also a very popular lunchtime activity at Hopkins. So we have quite a few very competitive chess students who are practicing all the time.
What made you interested in the game?
At first, for 1 year, I didn't even know there were real-life tournaments and online. And then after I learned there was something online, after I just searched up chess, then I realized that there were real-life tournaments too, and then I started playing them.
This year, we actually had so much interest that there was a group of students who, with their families, actually traveled to the state elementary chess championship, and they competed so well that they actually did not lose a single match.
Were you nervous when you went into this tournament, and how did that go?
I was really nervous because if I lost every single game, then it would just be horrible. So trying my best would be really hard, and then if you took really a lot of time, then you would be under pressure with time pressure too.
This is the cup. This trophy travels from winning school to winning school. The really exciting thing is this is the first time Hopkinton has ever had an elementary chess championship. So you can see a lot of times there's a lot of Shrewsbury, Newton, Brookline, Lexington, but for the first time ever, Hopkinton will be on this trophy, and it will travel hopefully back here next year. This trophy here will stay at Hopkins School. It belongs to us now, commemorating their big win as the champions for Massachusetts Elementary State Chess.
How many moves does a typical game last?
If it's higher rated, it could go over 60 moves, but if it's like a high rated versus a low rated, it could be like 10 moves and get over in like 5 minutes.
What's your favorite chess piece?
My favorite chess piece is probably the king, because without it, there's no game.
My favorite is the knight because it's wild and it can pretty much do anything.
Why did nobody say that the queen is the favorite piece? Because isn't the queen the most powerful?
Because it is the most powerful, you don't really use it a lot. You use the other pieces that have lower values. You see, if you move the queen, you're going to lose moves in the game. If you lose moves in the game, then the opponent is going to have more chances to attack you.
Talking to somebody who's never played chess, what would you tell them?
They should learn like how the pieces work mainly, and they should also know the object of the game.
I would tell them to try it out and see if they like it.
For HCAM News, I'm Jim Cousins.
We're going to take a quick time out. A whole lot more ahead on HCAM News. Don't go anywhere. HCAM programming is supported by our viewers, thank you, and by Phipps Insurance Agency, representing companies such as MapFree Insurance. Their family-owned independent agency is deeply rooted in the communities they serve and offer time-tested insurance products to fit individual needs. Since 1950, Phipps Insurance specializes in home, auto, business, condo, and renters insurance. Welcome back to HCAM News. Jah Spirit rocked the town common at this year's Hopkinton Parks and Rec Concerts on the Common series. Here's a look.
Away all the stress and all the tension. I'm making a break from the pain and separation. this love have let you down. There is something can be done. Don't kill your faith in love, remembering what's before. Break it down. What they got, come to the party with what they got. All the party people now feeling hot. All the party people now feeling hot. We're hot. You're hot. He's hot. She's hot. Everybody now hot, hot, hot. Everybody now hot, hot, hot. Everybody now.
Hopkinton Parks and Recreation, along with Hopkinton Hiller staff, hosted the annual Dick Bliss Hiller basketball camp. Here's a look. The Hopkinton Parks and Recreation Commission sponsored the Dick Bliss Hopkinton Hillers Youth Basketball Summer Clinics. 4th grade through 9th grade students participated in the camp, which took place at Hopkinton Middle School's Brown Gymnasium and the Hopkinton High School Athletic Center.
So we've had a tremendous 2 weeks of boys camp. We had over 120 kids the first week of camp. We've got 90 this week of camp, and we've had a lot of fun teaching the boys skills and working on their games and having them develop as players. And we've just had a lot of fun over this summer.
How many years have these camps been going on?
So I went to the original camp that Coach Bliss coached. Everybody knows the legendary Coach Bliss here in town. I went to it when I was 8 years old over in Westboro, and he was running it in Hopkinton as well. So
10 years?
Yeah, more like 41, about 41 years, I'd say. And, I've been coaching or directing or playing at it for all 41 years. So this is what my summer's all about.
So you don't go away this summer, you just stay here?
That's it. We'll get away a little bit in August, and that's it.
Now, the last couple of years with COVID and everything, did you get a good turnout? Is this better than you thought? Or?
Yeah, so the year that we had the very beginning of the pandemic was the only year that we did not have Bliss Camp at all. So we didn't have camp that year. Last year we had a good turnout, but this year we're slowly coming through on the other end of the pandemic. We've had a boom in numbers, so we've really been pleased with how many kids we've got to coach over the course of the 2 weeks.
Throughout the week, the young athletes were divided into teams to work on drills and eventually take the floor in a tournament-style contest.
They've been great all week, working hard. We do ball handling and some passing in the morning, and then we play some competitions and some games. The kids have been great, improving all week long and working on their sportsmanship and teamwork as well. So it's been a good week. We're looking forward to the last day tomorrow.
Absolutely. And what are some of the key drills that you work on here in this camp?
We definitely focus on the skills, like ball handling and passing and good team defense and rebounding we did today. Just all the fundamentals that make a good basketball team. So that's a big thing. And then incorporating into their games and the one-on-one and three-on-three when we get into the later morning and into the afternoon.
And how long have you been assisting with this camp?
10, 11 years now. I came here when I was a kid growing up in Hopkinton. It's a great camp. It's still a couple of my favorite weeks throughout the summer. So sad to see it be almost over tomorrow, but looking forward to Championship Friday.
Well, it seems to keep growing.
Yes, absolutely. We have great numbers. The kids are awesome, and it's definitely a highlight every summer.
Several Hiller coaches as well as alum participated in running the camp.
Yeah, so that's probably one of the best things about our camp and one of the special things about our camp. We have a lot of former Hillers that come back to be coaches and to be counselors. Right now in the upper gym, we have Mark Sanborn, who's the varsity football coach. He was a camper here. And then we have a lot of the college kids back this year, like Brendan Kelly and Stephen Matfiore and Ellis Spar and all those kids. So they come back as coaches. And then we have here a lot of the high school players, the players that are going to be on our team next year as counselors. So you kind of work your way through the ranks. And it's always so fun and so nice to have the kids back from school coaching the Little Hillers. It's one of my favorite things.
We caught up with a number of the students participating in the camp.
We've been mostly doing drills and warming up, but then after that, you do little games like Coca-Cola Shootout, Dribble Tag, which people can all qualify and compete in a final matchup today.
Excellent. So, yeah, we got the final matchup going on behind you. Who are you rooting for? Which team?
I'm rooting for Red Team and/or Kansas.
All right. So, what was your favorite part of camp?
My favorite part is the last day, because if you qualify for something or even just watching your friends play, it's so much fun just to commentate and/or just like root for your favorite team and/or play. It's so much fun. It's so much fun.
Putting you on the spot, but any favorite counselors?
Gotta go with Coach Golden or Coach Greco.
Okay, so
hello, I'm Tim.
Hi, I'm Miles.
Michael.
Lucas.
Rory.
Taylor.
Declan.
Ryan.
Max.
Max. All right.
Maximus.
So over here, are you enjoying the camp?
Yeah.
What's been your favorite drill in the camp?
Knockout.
All right, terrific. Are you enjoying the camp?
Yeah.
What's been your favorite drill?
Knockout.
What about you in the back? What's your name?
Cameron.
You enjoying the camp?
Yeah.
What's been your favorite drill?
Knockout. It's pretty good, and my favorite drill is dribble knockout.
Terrific. You enjoying the camp?
Yep.
What's been your favorite thing about the camp? All right, how about you?
It's awesome, and my favorite one is knockout.
All right. How about you?
It's probably dribble tag, and
Awesome. You learning a lot?
yes, I am.
Mine is probably freebie.
All right. You learning a lot about basketball in this camp?
Yeah. My favorite is the games.
At the end of the week, an awards ceremony recognized the scholar athletes for their hard work on the hardwood.
Yeah, so right at the end of the camp, usually we have a little mini awards ceremony. We like to recognize everybody who participated, so we make sure that every player, whether they won a competition or won the championship or not, gets recognized. So we have a certificate for each one of them. And then we give out team trophies. We have a trophy for everybody who's on the team championship. And then we have individual awards for all the different events that we've had during the week, like Dribble Tag and Coca-Cola Shootout and Knockout and 1-on-1 and 3-on-3 and all those great events.
For more information about the Dick Bliss Hiller Basketball Camp, head over to hcam.tv. It's time to tell you about some happenings in town you should know about. On Saturday, September 17th, the Hopkinton Health Department hosts their second annual community health fair. There'll be family fun, blood pressure wellness screening, games and snacks, live music, and more. So head on down to the second annual community health fair sponsored by the Hopkinton Health Department Saturday, September 17th at the Hopkinton Town Common. There are still water use restrictions in Hopkinton due to the Level 3 critical drought status. Currently, no lawn watering is permitted. Hopefully we'll get some rain soon to put an end to this nasty drought we are currently in. Our picture of the week, a sample of the 3+ dozen breakfast attendees who contributed to the history discussion are shown in the photo. You can view the photo over at hcam.tv. A big thank you to Hank Alessio for setting this photo in of heroes from Hopkinton that have protected this country. Upcoming town government meetings include on Monday, August 15th at 7 p.m., the Zoning Advisory Committee. And then on Thursday, August 18th at 7 p.m., don't forget, the special town meeting will be live from Hopkinton High School, where they will vote on that school committee funding for Marathon School For more information about upcoming town government meetings, head over to hopkintonma.gov. Believe it or not, we are out of time for this edition of HCAM News. Don't worry, next Thursday at 6:30 p.m., we'll be back. As always, thanks for tuning in. For everyone at HCAM, I'm Tom Nappy. Take care, be well, and we'll talk to you again soon.